Howdy, guys, and welcome to Cliff Notes, and welcome to night number 66 of the overnight feed recaps for Big Brother season 26. A good Monday morning to y'all. All right, just as a refresher, MJ, Mackenzie is the HOH, Kimo and Angela are on the block. It seems certain this time yesterday that the veto was not going to be used for the first time this season. Angela would be going home. It just seemed like a foregone conclusion. Mackenzie has a vendetta against Angela. She wants her out. It's so obvious, so clear. Well, 24 hours later, and everything is changed. Thanks primarily to Chelsea, although it was kind of a group effort. Chelsea and Cam and Rubina and Kimo all have had a hand in it. Well, maybe Angela a little bit as well, but she doesn't know that she's had a hand in it. But primarily that group of four, led by Chelsea, driving Mackenzie to change her mind about what she's going to do. Let's just do the quick summary here, and then I'll get into the live feeds. The plan right now, and it seems like it's going to happen, is that Mackenzie is going to use the veto. Yet another week the veto is going to be used. She's going to use the veto, pull Kimo off the block, put up Leah, and then the plan is to send Leah out the door. Can you believe it? No, blew me away. Absolutely blew me away watching everything develop yesterday. And with that being said, we had a lot of conversations taking place. I watched, I've tried to take notes as best I can, tried to include the important stuff while not leaving in the stuff that's not so important, because otherwise we'd be talking for the next hour. So with that being said, let's get into the live feeds, and I've tried to capture all the highlights throughout the evening. We'll start off actually yesterday during the day. We've got Mackenzie and Chelsea and Cam. This seems like this is kind of where it kicks off in high gear. We've got Chelsea working hard, Cam too, but mainly Chelsea working hard to convince Mackenzie to use the veto on Kimo, renominate Leah. She's telling Mackenzie that if Angela stays, that she would gravitate towards Mackenzie and Chelsea and Cam in a way that Leah wouldn't do it. She's saying Leah's against us, but Angela won't have anyone else. She'll come to us. We can count on her as a number, which leaves what? Kimo and Rubina, I guess, after that. So basically she's saying, hey, let's get rid of Leah. Angela has nowhere to go except to us at that point in time. She'll also, Chelsea is saying that Rubina and Kimo will target Angela if she's still here. So, hey, she'll be coming towards us. Rubina and Kimo will be going after Angela, so we don't have to worry about them. Not really sure how that logic plays out right there with that statement, but she says it very convincingly. Mentioning that, but she says, but if Angela goes, which is what you want to do, Mackenzie, she said, if Angela goes, Leah's probably going to reach out to Kimo and Rubina even more. We know Leah is not going to come on board with us. She'll reach out to those two, and suddenly now it's going to be you, Mackenzie, me, and Cam as a group of three against Leah and Kimo and Rubina. So we don't know what's going to happen after that point. You got to be very careful, Mackenzie, if you do that. It's basically the argument that she's making. Cam is saying that Leah had told Rubina that he would go after Cam, and that she would go after Cam and Chelsea and Mackenzie if she could. So he's saying, you got to be careful. She's coming after us. You know, don't think that she's got your back, Mackenzie. And at one point, Mackenzie says, I know she doesn't have my back. I know that's a fact. I just want Angela gone. Chelsea is worried that Leah, because at one point, Mackenzie says, well, we'll do Angela this week, and then we'll get Leah out next week. Doesn't that seem okay? And Chelsea's saying, look, Leah could win next week. Yeah, we know that she can win competitions. She could win either HOH or veto, and then we can't get her out, and then no one can take a shot at her. At one point, they're talking about the fact that everyone competes in veto competitions from this point forward. So there's even more chance that Leah's going to be able to save herself from eviction if they don't do something this very week. Chelsea's worried about Leah winning. We mentioned that. Then she's saying that she said, look, Leah is the biggest threat in this game, the best player in this game. She's saying Leah has never been on the block yet. The only person in this house still that has never been on the block, even with BBA Arena, 3 nominations per week, she still hasn't made it on the block. And she's saying, if you were to be the one to get out Leah, Mackenzie, think of the jury points you would get on your resume if you made such a big, bold move as that. It would be a huge impression on the jury itself. Chelsea is saying that Leah had said that MJ had stolen her tactics of getting close to people. Seems like a lot of people do that, but Chelsea's saying, yeah, Leah's saying that she was trying to get close to all these people, and now you've stolen her tactics as well. You're trying to replicate what she did, and she doesn't like that at all, and so she's a little upset with you because of that. Mackenzie is saying that she knows that Leah really doesn't have her back, but she just wants Angela gone, and so she's very torn at this point in time. It's incredible. Wow, great pitch. I mean, Chelsea, I didn't think she could do it. That she's built the doubt in Mackenzie's mind. Even after Mackenzie said, no way, no chance, no how, it's gonna happen. Well, not so much. All right, we've got Angela, who is oblivious to the fact that her life may be getting saved yet again. Angela is talking to Leah and saying, hey, Leah, do you think that Mackenzie or Chelsea want me to go home? Are you hearing that? Maybe I'm missing something on that. And Leah's saying, well, neither one has told me that. Angela, I haven't heard that they want you out or anything like that. She's saying, but they may be lying to me. They know that we're close, so they may not be telling me everything either. So I'm worried, but I just don't know, Angela. Obviously, Angela has at least the inkling that maybe things aren't as easy as it seems of just sending Kimo out, and that she's nothing but a pawn. She's been in this rodeo before, right? All right, Mackenzie is saying that Angela won't go after this is more conversation with Mackenzie and Chelsea. Mackenzie is saying that Angela is not going to go after Kimo or Rubina. Why would she go after the two of them? She'll come after Chelsea, which we know is probably true, but Chelsea, that's why Chelsea wants these two out. More so Leah, because she knows Leah's coming after Chelsea. But Mackenzie's saying, look, Angela won't go after Kimo or Rubina. But Chelsea said, well, Angela's going to have no one else in the game if Leah's gone. And then everyone's going to be after her. So, yeah, maybe who knows where Angela would go, but every other person in this house, there's going to be 6 of us, 5 of us are going to be against Angela once Leah's out the door. So what's the chance that Angela wins and can't do anything with it? So we should be good at this point. All right, we've got Mackenzie and Rubina talking. Rubina's kind of taking her time to convince Mackenzie this. So Rubina's talking to Mackenzie, and Rubina's saying, look, Leah's concerned about how close you and Chelsea are. She's recognized it. Like hint. She's nervous about the two of y'all being so close together. Mackenzie is saying that she sees a final 3, that really the way she would like to see this turn out is a final 3 of her, Rubina, and Chelsea. That's the 3 that she wants to have to the very end. Rubina's saying, hey, I like that. I love that. And she's saying, now, realistically, let's just be honest. I don't have a chance of winning if the two of you are up there, if I'm in a final 3 with the two of y'all. I get it. You know it. I know. We all know I don't have a chance of winning in that situation. But Rubina's saying, I don't care. I don't even care. Just the fact that I could be part of such a historical moment. Again, she's referencing 2 women being in the final 2. It's happened before, Rubina, but she either doesn't know that or she wants to just continue to push this narrative, even knowing it's not actually the first time. But anyway, she said, I don't care. I know I'll lose to both of y'all, but that's fine. I just want to be part of the moment itself. Mackenzie's saying she just doesn't at this point know which way Leah's leaning, what she's trying to do, that she is thinking about taking Kimo off the block and putting up Leah. So Chelsea's discussions earlier is starting to take effect with Mackenzie. Rubina is saying, well, when you get right down to it, Mackenzie, Kimo is definitely better for your game and than Leah is. And Angela's not going to be coming after you or me, either one. She's saying, maybe Angela goes after Chelsea. Well, I don't know what she does, but she won't be coming after us. So there's no harm in leaving her alone this week. Leah's the bigger threat, the worst impact on your game, Mackenzie. So she's mentioning that. They're saying that no chance, I think this is Rubina saying there's no chance that Kimo would put Mackenzie up. Because Mackenzie says, would Kimo put me up against Angela? Whoever's up against Angela always goes home. And Rubina's saying, nah, there's no chance he would put you up if he won HOH. He's got to be grateful. He's not. Send Leah out the door and it'll be Angela and someone else, but he'll be grateful for you. So he wouldn't put you on the block alongside Angela McKenzie. You don't have to worry about that. Rubina is saying that if they get Leah out this week, they can always get Angela out next week. Rubina saying it's not that we don't want her gone. She's not part of our final 3, final 4, whatever. It's just Leah's the bigger initial threat. We can get her out right now, and then Angela will be easier afterwards after that. And then she's saying that our desired final 3 is you and me and Chelsea. She's saying that's not what Leah wants, obviously. She's saying Leah wants a final 3 of Leah, Angela, and Cam. So in other words, she's going to try to bring Cam over with Angela and have the 3 of them and just leave us out in the cold. So Rubina doing her own convincing here. All right, we've got Angela, again, not really knowing what all is going around her at the moment. Angela's campaigning to Cam, promising him that she said, look, I won't put you up if you stay. If I stay and I win HOH, I promise I will not put you up. You don't have to worry about me at all, Cam. Very innocuous. People make those kind of campaign promises all the time, but Chelsea's going to turn around and use that as an argument to McKenzie of saying, hey, she just got through saying she's not going after Cam. If she's not going after Cam, who could she be going after, McKenzie? Yeah, you and me. Which doesn't it make sense that then you'd want Angela out? But no, Chelsea even has a excuse for that, saying, nah, it's Leah that's feeding all this stuff to Angela. We'll get into that. All right, so Chelsea and Rubina and Kimo are outside by the pool table. A lot of talking going on yesterday. This one a little dangerous because the 3 of them, again, Chelsea, Rubina, and Kimo, whispering out by the pool table, not aware that Leah is upstairs on the balcony area, either tanning or resting or doing a little bit of in between or both. But she's up there and they don't realize it. Well, they're whispering. Chelsea is saying that she is amazed that Leah is so comfortable talking to Rubina about Chelsea, not realizing that the 2 of them are as close as they are. Rubina is talking about Leah, saying she still thinks that she has him in her back pocket. I think she's talking about Cam, saying she still thinks she has him in her back pocket. They're saying, Rubina's saying that Leah was out here last night trying to butter us up and get in good with us, even though she said, hey, girl, you just, she used the word other than girl. Hey, girl, you just put us on the block the week before, saying now you're out here trying to butter us up. So they're definitely dragging on Leah a little bit. And all of a sudden, Chelsea realizes that Leah's upstairs. Leah was trying to kind of listen. Eventually, she gets up. Chelsea realizes it and says, shh. Well, not sure how much Leah heard of the original conversation, but she heard Chelsea telling everyone else to kind of shh and stop talking once they realized that Leah was up there. So certainly that's got Leah's alarms going off immediately. So she immediately runs back inside, is telling McKenzie and Angela that Chelsea and Kimo and Rubina were outside whispering. They didn't know I was upstairs. They're whispering away. And as soon as they saw me, Chelsea made a shh. And she says, I think McKenzie said, what were they talking about? She said, well, I couldn't really hear. I don't know what for certain they were saying, but they sure didn't want me to hear it because she was quick to shush everyone once she saw us up there. So she's a little bit worried about this. I think McKenzie's a little bit worried when she hears this as well. But Chelsea, realizing what has happened, not sure what was heard, immediately back in trying to talk to McKenzie herself. So McKenzie and Chelsea are talking. Chelsea's continuing the argument, the campaign. Chelsea is telling Angela, said, hey, Angela just told Cam that she'd never put him up, which again, you would think that's implying that therefore Angela's coming after McKenzie or Chelsea. But Angela, who McKenzie wants to send home, so more ammunition to send her home, right? Well, not so much because she's saying that Angela said that there were bigger threats in the house, again, talking about Chelsea and theoretically McKenzie as well. But Chelsea follows that up by saying, this is Leah feeding her those lines. Angela was never like that before. She was never talking about this before. Really? I thought she talked about this a lot, but she's saying this is Leah that's giving Angela all this information, that's pushing this narrative to Angela, Angela's just pushing it on. So Angela's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, in terms of conversations, or Leah is, because Leah's getting blamed for everything, whether it's Angela saying it or whether it's Leah saying it. Either one, Leah's getting all the blame. So yeah, Chelsea saying this is all Leah's doing, getting Angela all worked up and saying all this stuff to Cam. She's saying that Mackenzie has to take the shots when she gets them. You don't know when there'll be another chance. There may not be another chance, Mackenzie. You got to take these shots when you have the opportunity. All right, we got a little bit of a break. See, I thought the biggest drama yesterday was just going to be movie night and the fact that Mackenzie and Cam were watching it and Chelsea wasn't. Well, that almost became an afterthought with everything else going on. We had movie night going on for Mackenzie and Rubina and Kimo and Cam. They did that while the other three house guests, Chelsea and Leah and Angela, sat downstairs. Obviously no big game talk amongst those three, just talking about past house guests and things like that. We didn't get to see anyone watching the movie, but they said it was a great movie and they had them in tears and bawling and all that, and thought it was a great movie. So I wish they'd had a movie during my season. I would have loved to watch a movie, but I would have watched a documentary about making cheese in a foreign language. I wouldn't have cared. Just to watch something would have been fantastic. But they got to watch a movie upstairs, said it was fantastic. All right, a little bit later, we got Mackenzie and Leah talking. Mackenzie is saying that she told Chelsea that she just really doesn't want to use the veto. She's torn. She does not want to use the veto at all. Well, now, if I'm Leah, I'm a little bit worried that Mackenzie even seems torn at this point in time. But Mackenzie's saying, yeah, I told her I don't really want to use it. Everyone wants Kimo out. It seems pretty straightforward. Leah's talking about overhearing Chelsea and Rubina and Kimo outside. It's certainly still in her thoughts and concerns. Mackenzie's trying to minimize whatever may have been going on, saying, they're probably just talking about Angela. They know that you and Angela are close. It's they probably just didn't want to say anything that you would carry back to Angela. But as far as I know, Kimo's still a plan and all of that. Leah's saying that she wants to continue to prioritize her relationship with Mackenzie. She wants to move forward with Chelsea as a group. We saw her night before last in the storage room, really seeming eager to work with Mackenzie and Chelsea. And then later, Chelsea said, she's trying to throw herself in with us and all of that. But yeah, she's telling Mackenzie that's what she wants to do going forward. Leah is saying that the problem is if Angela stays on the block, she's going home. So Leah's pitching to get Angela pulled off the block, if at all possible, not realizing that the alternative, the renom, could not be fantastic for Leah's game if the veto is used on Angela or Kimo, either one. So she's saying, look, if Angela stays on the block, she's going home. She's saying, Mackenzie, you may think that it's Kimo and you may want Kimo gone and all that. She says, but you're not the one voting. They're voting. They're not voting out Kimo. They're voting out Angela if she stays on the block. Mackenzie says, well, then what do I do? I mean, there's limited people. Who do I renominate if I'm going to use a veto? Leah says, Rubina. Put up Rubina versus Kimo, and then we don't have to worry. Leah is making a lot of sense right now. We'll see how it all works out, but I truly think that Mackenzie's best path forward probably would be to throw her hat in the ring with Leah and Angela. The three of them go after Rubina and Kimo. I think actually putting Chelsea up probably would be the bigger move. Get Chelsea out. So then you just have Cam and Rubina and Kimo. Seems like that would be a group that you could hold your own against, but we'll see. But Leah's suggesting Rubina go up in place of Angela. And she's reassuring Mackenzie that Angela would never put them up, because Mackenzie's saying, well, Angela's going to be mad at me. If I did that, she's going to be mad because I put her up on the block. And Leah saying, no, she wants to work with us. If you save her, no, she'll never put the two of us up. We would be golden till the very end. All right. We've got Mackenzie and Cam now talking. Cam is saying that Leah is going around talking behind everyone's backs, throwing everyone under the bus everywhere. Mackenzie is saying that Leah painted Mackenzie as a comp beast, that she probably spun her and Mackenzie and Cam as a showmance, that she had certainly talked about Mackenzie and Matt early in the season about a showmance and tried to throw her under the bus. So Cam's talking about everyone that Leah's throwing under the bus, and that she says she wants to work with Chelsea, but then she's talked about sending out Chelsea, and Mackenzie's throwing out her own examples. So certainly a lot of anti-Leah talk going on. Mackenzie is saying she just doesn't want to take the shot at Leah. She's worried about jury management. She wants Angela gone. She doesn't want to take the shot at Leah, but she's worried that everyone else is going to be upset with her if she doesn't do it. And she's saying, I get it. She said, if I don't do it this week, she gets to compete in the veto comps next, every other time from now on. We may not have another chance. I get all of that. I'm just worried that everyone's going to be upset with me if I don't do what they want me to do, which is send out Leah this week. She's caving to the pressure of the rest of the house, forgetting that there's 7 people left in the house, which means there's 7 different goals and objectives within the game of Big Brother going on right now. But yeah, she's worried what everyone else is going to think if she doesn't do it. She's saying that the biggest thing that she's really going to feel bad about is the fact that she's going to be blindsiding Leah. At one point, Cam says, well, you could tell her. She said, maybe. She said, I'm going to wait and see how Leah and Chelsea, they're going to have a talk. I'll see how that goes. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But she's biggest concern is that she is saying that she really has a vendetta against Angela. I want Angela gone. I want her gone so badly. She says, but am I going to let that vendetta get in the way of $750,000 as the winner of Big Brother? So she's convinced herself that the better move is actually not to send out Angela, and that sending out Angela is just her own personal grudge and all of that. You're going the wrong way, Mackenzie. But she is saying that. Cam's saying that she can tell Leah beforehand, which I mentioned. And now Mackenzie is saying that she's leaning towards using it. And Cam is saying, look, Leah would do it to you. And she would say, hey, it's just a game. It's nothing personal. It's just a game. So why wouldn't you do the same thing when you're considering about using it on Leah? Cam is also telling Mackenzie that, hey, if you do it, everyone's going to respect your game and what you did. You'll be good next week. No one's going to be coming after you next week. Yeah, right. No one's going to be coming after you, Mackenzie. He's saying that Kimo's going to have your back for pulling him off the block. Everyone else is going to respect the move. You will be good, Mackenzie. There is a decent chance that if Leah goes home, Mackenzie may be sharing that car with her as they go to the jury house together, given that it's a double eviction next week. But Cam's saying, it's not going to happen. You're going to be fantastic if you make this thing work, Mackenzie. All right, I've got Mackenzie and Kimo talking. Mackenzie is shocking Kimo, saying, I'm thinking about using the veto on you and putting up Leah. And Kimo definitely in shock that at the turn of events. Sometimes gifts just fall in your lap without you doing a dang thing to earn it or deserve it or to make it happen. And that's kind of what's happening to Kimo right now. She says that she wants to show Kimo loyalty. Hopefully, if she pulls him off the block, that shows some loyalty, as in, please don't put me up next week if that's going to be the case. She thinks that she's trying to, that Leah's trying to pull Cam away from her and Chelsea. That's Leah's movement going forward, is to isolate Chelsea and Mackenzie as the big threats, pull Cam over to her side and make something happen, which she doesn't want to see. Mackenzie is saying that Kimo is safe. She's saying, look, even if I didn't use a veto on you, you're safe. Angela's going home when you're up on the block against her. She is going home. And so you're safe no matter what. But I am thinking about using it. And Kimo saying, look, Leah has gone the entire time without even touching the block. Doesn't that suggest what a fantastic player she is? Mackenzie's asking Kimo to promise to help get Angela out if she uses a veto. If I use a veto on you, Kimo, we send Leah out the door. Will you just promise me that you will make sure to work with everyone else and we can all get Angela out next week? And Kimo's saying, look, here's the thing. I promised Angela when she used a veto on me that I would protect her. He said, but that was only a 1 week protection. That's not for the rest of the game or anything else. He said that was that one time next week. I don't know. He's saying it was an empty promise. And he said, so yes, I will certainly help you get her out. She's not part of who I want for Final Four. So yes, I will help you get her out if you were to save me this week, Mackenzie. All right. Mackenzie and Chelsea are talking a little bit later. Chelsea being the diplomat that she is saying, hey, Mackenzie, I just want you to do what's best for your game. I don't want to try to push you any direction. You just do what's best for your game. She's been spending all day pushing what's best for her game. But yeah, she's telling Mackenzie, whatever works best for you, feel free to do it. Mackenzie saying, look, at the end, I know that Leah would not choose me at the end if it came down to choice. She's not going to have my back. I get it. As much as I want Angela out, I know that Leah's not gonna. She's not taking me to the very end. All right, we've got Angela and Chelsea now talking. Angela's saying that is asking Chelsea, saying, hey, at one point we talked about final five and all that. Do you still see me as part of your final five? Is that still the plan? And Chelsea's saying, well, look, I think you being in the house benefits my game, and I think me being in the house benefits your game. So yeah, I'm not in a hurry to send you out the door, Angela. She's saying it's tough that you and Kimo are on the block together, and that makes it for a hard decision. But you don't hurt my game, and you actually benefited, Angela. She's eventually kind of gets all subtle and all that, and says, "All right, Angela." She says, "I'll tell you this. I'm going to do on the votes. I'm going to do what is best for my game, and I'm just telling you again that you are not a detriment to my game. Therefore, take from that what you will." So she never says she's not going to vote for Angela, but certainly that's the impression that she's giving to Angela, and Angela's happy to hear that. All right, we've got Mackenzie and Rubina talking outside. Catch a breath. A lot of conversation. Mackenzie and Rubina outside. Mackenzie's worried about her relationship with Leah outside the house. And if she does this, if she sends her out this week, Leah will never want to have anything to do with her. Forget jury and all of that. Should never forget jury. But she's saying beyond that, outside the house, I'm just worried about that, how this would affect our relationship. And she's saying, am I crazy to even be considering going after Leah instead of Angela? Is that really something I should be considering? And Rubina says, no, I don't think you're crazy. She said, I think you're making a bold move that really is best for your game. You're putting aside your personal grudges and doing what's best for your game. And it's a huge, bold move that everyone's going to appreciate. So no, you're not crazy at all, Mackenzie. You're doing what benefits your game. All right, later, after all this is said, Rubina's downstairs getting ready to take a shower. And she just starts doing a little happy dance and says, justice for T-Cord, justice for T-Cord, talking about Leah potentially going home. Justice for T-Cord. She's talking about karma. She's saying, sorry, nah, not sorry. So very happy. Rubina very happy that Leah could be the target this week. Things are going their way after losing T-Core last week. All right. We've got Mackenzie and Angela talking. Angela is promising. Angela's still not knowing all this is going on. Angela's promising not to go after Mackenzie, to have her back. She's saying, however you want me to vote going forward, you'll have a second vote because I'll vote however you want. So she's promising Mackenzie the world. Mackenzie, in turn, is saying, hey, has Leah talked to you about targeting Chelsea? Is that something that y'all have had conversations with? And Angela's saying, no, I've never heard that. She said, now Leah did say that she's worried that you and Chelsea may be a little close, but she never specifically said targeting. But yeah, she is worried about how close the two of y'all are. Mackenzie's saying, I just don't feel good about Leah right now. And you could see Angela's eyes kind of lighting up at, okay, maybe I'm not the biggest target. Of course, she didn't think she's a target anyway. She thinks it's Kimo. But Mackenzie's saying that she doesn't feel good about Leah, that she has heard that Leah had said lots of things about Mackenzie to other people in the house. She said she's been saying things about you as well, Angela. She's not necessarily watching our back the way she has said she would. She's saying that she tried to do a final two with Chelsea. I don't remember that, but perhaps. But that she tried to do a final two with Chelsea, that she had a final two with Brooklyn earlier on in the season, which is true, but a long time ago. And so she's just trying to work with everyone in the house and create a lot of things. Everyone's on Leah's side, and therefore Mackenzie's feeling very uncertain about Leah and who her true loyalties are in this game. She's saying, hey, Leah told people that I and Chelsea were the biggest targets in the house, and therefore, kind of putting a target on us, are the biggest threats in the house, therefore putting targets on us. He just goes on and on with Mackenzie telling Angela all these things about what Leah has said and done. And Angela's just like, oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't know. She never told me that. Oh, no. Wow. Oh. So acting suitably impressed as Mackenzie goes through all of this. Eventually, Mackenzie tells Angela that there's a good chance. It starts off with maybe, and then I'm leaning towards, now we've worked up to there's a good chance that I'm going to put up Leah tomorrow. I'm going to use a veto. I'm going to put up Leah. Now, I think that Angela is thinking the veto may be used on her and not on Kimo. I don't think she realizes that she could be on the block versus Leah. I really think Angela, the way Mackenzie's been talking to her, assuming that Mackenzie and Angela are still okay terms and all that, she thinks the veto is going to be used on her. So even, I think she may be surprised today when Kimo gets pulled off the block. It turns out to be Angela and Leah versus each other. Mackenzie spilling the beans to Angela that, hey, the veto may be used on that. Mackenzie just a little bit later tells Chelsea, I think Chelsea's already in bed up in the HOH room of all places. Chelsea hanging out with Mackenzie quite a bit here towards the end of the evening. Mackenzie's telling Chelsea, saying, look, I am going to use a veto. And I just got through telling Angela. Chelsea, oh, you told her, huh? Yeah, I told her I'm going to use a veto. And so she is aware of it at this point in time. All right, everyone in bed, I know, at 3 o'clock or so. Oh, no, I'll take that. Everyone up in the HOH room around 3 o'clock or so. Turned into a late evening. Just when I thought everyone's calling quits, everyone up in the HOH room around 3 or so. Leah hanging out in bed with Mackenzie. Chelsea trying to stay close with Mackenzie, but so is Leah. They're all, you can see them over here. They're all cuddled up together. Leah trying to do everything possible to keep things tight with Mackenzie before the veto ceremony is used. Eventually, there's some talk between Mackenzie and Chelsea about, after everyone else departs, talk between Mackenzie and Chelsea about whether or not to tell Leah beforehand. Do we dare? And Mackenzie says, once it happens, she'll sulk for a couple days. I think she'll just withdraw and be all on her own. But if I tell her beforehand, I just don't know what's going to happen. So a little bit of talk about whether they're going to tell her beforehand or not. So Mackenzie does say, if I do tell her as a way of explaining why I'm doing it, I might tell Leah that certain things that certain people have said that Leah said about me. I may even tell her who said those things that she had said and all of that. And Chelsea saying, well, she's told so many things to so many different people, she probably didn't remember who she said what to. Mackenzie said, well, I'm going to maybe point out some of the things why I'm coming after her, that there's specific things that she said that concerned me, alarmed me, and that's why I'm doing it. So yeah, they're still working out some details. Don't know if she'll tell Leah beforehand or not. I bet she doesn't. I bet at the end she's a little bit nervous about doing that and it doesn't happen, but we will see. Bedtime, I think around 4:30 or so, Big Brother time. I had to shut it down at that point in time because I got work to do as well. But finally, they shut this thing down. Chelsea sleeping in the HOH room with Mackenzie. Now, during Chelsea's HOH, Mackenzie slept up there. So Chelsea just kind of returning the favor and making sure that she continues to stay in Mackenzie's ear from now until the veto ceremony. I'm sure they will be latched together without a whole lot of spacing between them. The last thing Chelsea wants is people to come up and start creating any kind of doubts in Mackenzie's mind now that the decision has been made. So there you have it, guys. A lot of conversations. I hope I covered them all, but yeah, a lot of conversations. And in summary, veto ceremony today could be all kinds of fireworks. Angela is going to hear, I'm going to use a veto and be all excited. Then it's going to be announced that it's being used on Kimo, which is going to disappoint Angela. Then Leah's going to get put up on the block. It's going to even further disappoint Angela. It may not make Leah real happy either. Now, as soon as it happens, the two of them are going to realize that they are most definitely the targets of this house. And we'll see how that affects the whole relationship with the two of them versus Mackenzie, how Mackenzie can spin it. It's just going to be a fun week between now and the devil. So I'm looking forward to all of it. Guys, y'all have a fantastic Monday tonight. Cliff Notes Live, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. You know we're going to be talking about this veto ceremony and all the repercussions of that. It's going to be a fun one. So bring your opinions. Did Mackenzie do right with whatever she ends up doing today? Did she did wrong? Has she cratered her game? Has she written a check for $750,000 as a result? Bring your opinions, questions, everything else. We're going to cover it all this evening. Again, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, Cliff Notes Live. If you can't catch that, it is on replay. You can watch it later. And I'll be back tomorrow morning to give you a recap of the overnights as well. So until this evening or until tomorrow morning, guys, y'all have a great Monday. SKD 143. Cheers, my friends. Bye.